Grief can look like this: isolation, bad grades, crying yourself to sleep every night, drinking in the darkness, and pulling away from everything and everybody you love. Grief can also look like this: a cheerful smile, complete control over your emotions, good grades or job performance, and lending support to everyone else around you. Sometimes, grief may look like confusion, shock, anger, or even relief. The bottom line is, there's no right way to react to or deal with grief. Whether the source of grief is the loss of a loved one, an object of sentimental value, or a job, grief can also come at the end of a friendship or romantic relationship, on finding out you or a loved one is diagnosed with a terminal illness, or any other life-altering change. Indeed, grief can come from anywhere and look like many things, and understanding this is the first step to dealing with grief. How to deal with grief. Number 1. Accept each emotion. Just stay strong. Many people resort to these words to support someone who is grieving. Although well-intentioned, staying strong can be misinterpreted to mean that you should shove all your emotions down, ignore the pain, and pretend to be fine. After all, crying, grieving, and showing vulnerability are often seen as signs of weakness. Sometimes, people may even feel a sense of relief after a loss, followed by the guilt for not being sad enough. But you must remember that there is no right or wrong way to deal with grief, and that there is no shame in feeling your emotions. According to the Kubler-Ross model, there are 5 stages of grief. Number 1. Denial. Grandma is not gone. She will pick up the phone and tell me that everything's all right. Number 2. Anger. It's because Grandma was so stubborn and never took our help and decided to live alone that she died. Number 3. Bargaining. Maybe Grandma would be alive if we had insisted she lives with us. Number 4. Depression. Everybody is going to die, so why should I continue to live on? Number 5. Acceptance. She had a wonderful life among people who loved her and is now happy with Grandpa. When we push down our emotions and do not fully feel them, we are stuck in the first stage of grief, denial. Although we don't have to feel the other emotions in the same order, or feel all of them at all, going through a roller coaster of feelings is the only path to acceptance. And only with acceptance can you really start living with the grief in a healthy way. Number 2. Think of yourself as more than your body. When dealing with the loss of a loved one, we are often left confused because we think they are gone forever. However, we must remember that while their body may not have any life anymore, they are still in this world, but only in a changed state. Here you can lean on your faith or the idea of the everlasting soul to reassure yourself of their presence. Or you can even turn to science to know that nobody really leaves you. According to the first law of thermodynamics, energy can neither be destroyed nor created. And since we are all made up of energy, the energy of a loved one is still bouncing all around you, accompanying you in every step of your healing journey. Perhaps they are in the breeze you feel on an early Sunday morning, a flower in your garden, or even a single eyelash of yours. Number 3. Grow around your pain. Considering how complex grief can be, this video is far from an easy fix for the hole left by your loss. Our tips aren't meant to replace the grief, but to teach you to grow bigger than the grief. Take a look at the Tonkins fried egg model. Here, imagine yourself as a white circle and your grief as a black circle growing inside you. At first, the dark ball of grief may consume the white parts, but as time goes on, you can add each laughter, each tear, and each memory, good or bad, to expand the white circle. And although the dark circle never decreases, you will soon learn to grow around it, and the grief will start to look smaller in the larger scheme of things. Number 4. Take it one day at a time. Imagine this graph, in which the symptoms of grief are directly proportional to time. Some people think that grief decreases in a downward curve as time passes, or perhaps one may think that the symptoms of grief remain stagnant until there is a huge breakthrough at one point in the future, which is followed by a consistent decrease in grief-related symptoms. But, in reality, Dealing with grief is a roller coaster of a ride. You may have a few good days when you're able to focus on your work and enjoy living in the moment. And just when you think things are going well, you may be overcome with guilt or remorse, which leads to a crisis. At your low point, you may feel like all those days of struggling with painful feelings were for nothing, which may make you feel hopeless. But remember that there is rarely a linear progression towards healing, if ever. So, take it one day at a time and be grateful for every small accomplishment, whether it is giving away clothes that remind you of them, being able to go to the same places where you made the best memories with them, resuming the TV show you were binge watching with them, or just waking up one morning without thinking of them first. You may even want to journal your journey and go back and read about your successes whenever you need a reminder that it gets better. Number 5. Reach out. It may seem like others may not understand what you're going through, but the truth is that grief is universal. So, you can always consider joining a support group to share your grief and unburden yourself. And, of course, a stable support system goes a long way in the healing process, so don't shut out your friends and family. Even if others have not been in the same situation as you, there is a high chance that they have lost someone or something dear to them in the past. Anyhow, you must accept that many people feel awkward trying to comfort someone and can end up saying or doing the wrong things. This doesn't mean that they do not understand or have ill intentions. Instead of retreating into your shell, try telling them, "I don't want solutions or advice. I just want a listening ear. It's okay for you to sit with me in silence. And now that we've given you our advice, we will give you some time alone. But if you want us to stick around, don't forget to subscribe to our channel."